Greetings, Earth enthusiasts. If you ever wondered about the incredible perspectives our planet has to offer from high above, you're in the right place. I am Dr. Clive Coetzee, and I'm thrilled to be your guide on this captivating journey into the world of remote sensing. Welcome. And please remember to like, subscribe to, and share this video. Thank you. In the last couple of video tutorials, we looked at the Sentinel Hub Earth observation website or platform, and then we looked at what we can do there, and we downloaded some interesting images. For example, we downloaded a Sentinel-2 image, we downloaded a Landsat image, we downloaded a harmonized Landsat Sentinel image and a MODIS image within that hub for our region of interest roughly at the same time. We played around it, showed you how to download it and how to work with it in QGIS and how to compare them, visualization parameters, etc., etc. So quite a useful platform, quite a useful website to go and play around, to acquire, to get access to a whole lot of different daytime images from different sources. There's another site that you can try, and this is this USGS Earth Explorer site. Also very similar to, well, the functionality is very similar to the Sentinel Hub Earth Observation platform or website. Very, very similar. And I'll spend a bit of time on this particular site as a source of daytime imagery. Okay, so similar to the previous one, please make sure that you are logged in. Okay, so if you're not logged in, please go and register. Okay, so it will give you a little thing here that says log in. You click on that and it will say not registered. Then go and register. You'll get an email to verify your email address. Once you've verified your email address, you can then log in, and then all the functionality of this site is available to you. And this is roughly, so okay, so every time I just log in, and so this is now the landing page. This is where sort of you will land. Now, this is in my case, my landing page. Yours might be different because of, they know different from where you log in and countries and all these sort of things. So anyway. Okay, so this is my landing page. As I said, same with the Earth observation one, same with the Sentinel one. You first go to your region of interest. Okay, so I go out of that one and I go to my region of interest. Remember, this is plus minus my region of interest, if you can remember this stuff. Okay, so that's your first thing. Now, it doesn't give you a lot of options on this side. Okay, it doesn't give you a lot of options on this side. Unlike the Earth observation, where you have all these items here on your right-hand side, it doesn't. All of these are sitting on your left-hand side. Okay, so the first thing that you can do is obviously you can upload your shapefile. Okay, you can select a file, upload it there. But again, I prefer not to do it for the simple reason it just slows the whole thing down. Now, that's in my case what happens. It slows everything down. Yours might be a little different. So you might want to upload your region of interest in here. But yeah, I don't particularly use this. Okay, I don't particularly use this. Then the top one, just leave it alone. There's nothing to this stuff. Just leave everything as is. Okay, so now we're going to go to our use map, add coordinates, clear coordinates. We're going to look at this stuff. Okay, and I'm going to create a polygon. Okay, so again, this part here, all these things, leave it as a default. Don't play around with it. Don't hana on it. Leave it exactly like it is. Except, obviously, if you want to upload your own region of interest. I'm going to go to here. I'm going to say add coordinates. Okay, so you can do that. If you have the coordinates, you can clear the coordinates, you can add the map. I basically just will go and left tick. Okay, similar to this. Okay, so now I basically just left click and there's my region of interest. If you're not happy with it, you just go in the bottom here and you just say clear coordinates and it's gone. Okay, simple as that. So you left click, okay, press your little place there. And again, make sure
rather go a little bit liberal to make sure that your actual region of interest is included. So I'm going to start here, and I'm just going to go left click around this area, and so I'm just left clicking. I'm not doing anything funny. I'm just left clicking. So this is roughly my region of interest. Okay. So remember, I can drag them now, I can move it around, etc., etc. Okay, so all of those left points, the points that you've clicked, these points here, that's number 3, number 4, they are all indicated here with its latitude and longitude. You can delete them, you can amend them. There's a number of things you can do. As I said, or you can simply clear them. Now you've got nothing, so let's start again. So you left click with your mouse and you just follow this layout, which is basically small enough. This region of interest is small enough that it's not too big, not too cumbersome in terms of exporting, the size of the export, the file that you're going to export. So it mustn't be that big, but it mustn't be so small that it doesn't cover your actual region of interest. Okay, so now I've created my region of interest. There it sits. Okay, I'm happy with that. Okay, so let's uh, leave it like that. Okay, sorry. Okay, let's leave it like that. Okay, so we go there. Now what we have to do is we have to add our date range. Okay, so we're going to go and say we're looking for, remember last year we looked at, it was September 2023. So we're going to go September, or let's start a little bit further, August 2023. Okay, so that's our, let's say the 1st of August, and our end date is, it was going to be September, make it a bit later, October 2023, and let's say the end of the month. Okay, so there's my dates. Then obviously cloud cover. Remember your cloud cover. You don't want a whole lot of these things that sit and then all of them have cloud. So I'm going to go with 10% cloud cover. Okay, so what we've done is we've created our region of interest. So that's your first thing that you do. Second thing is you generate your date range, your time frame. Third thing that you use, you do your cloud cover. Once you've done with that, then you basically just press data sets. Okay, so now you've selected your criteria. Okay, you've selected your criteria. The next thing is to generate your data sets, to say what data sets are you looking at, which images are you looking. So we're going to press with data set. Okay. So here they all lie. There's all the different data sets. There's aerial imagery. Okay, so there's a whole lot of them. Now, it depends where you are in the world. Obviously, for some locations, there will be images for these data sets, for these sources. For other images, they won't. Now, unfortunately, in my region of interest, lying here in the southern side, south of Africa, here in the west coast of South Africa, there is very little of these things available. So I'm not even going to try it. But again, you might be lucky in the sense that there may be these images available for your specific area. Okay, you're going to go to commercial satellites, you can go to declassified data, you can go to digital elevation, and then the one that we're going to obviously look at is Landsat. There's land cover ones, okay, global fiducials, digital maps, digital line graphs, there's some radar, vegetation monitoring, there's a whole lot of them, um, but typically the one that we use is Landsat. Okay. Now you'll see here, other than Sentinel, which does include Landsat, this data set does not include Sentinel. Okay, so you're not going to get your Sentinel images from this particular site. Okay, so that's not going to happen. For Sentinel, it will have to be um, it will have to be used by the Sentinel hub. You're not going to get it from this particular Earth Explorer. Okay, so this Earth Explorer basically only gives you data for Sentinel and for these other sources if your region of interest actually fits in that one. Okay, so we're going to go in here. Okay, so then we're going to go Landsat level 2. Remember, we typically work with Landsat 2. Okay, we typically work with Landsat 2. You can have a look at these ones as well. There's that dynamic surfer, burnt, statistics, and all these things. So you can go and play around with them. Okay, there's Landsat 2 DM. But typically we work with the Landsat collection 2, level 2. Okay, if you're not sure what that means, go back into our trusted Earth engine. You go to data sets. If we open data sets, you can go to Landsat and you'll see that we work with collection 2. And if you open any of them, we typically work with tier 2. So that's why within this data set, we go to Landsat 2, level 2. Okay, and then you collect. Now we know that Landsat 4 and 5 is not going to give us images because of our criteria. Landsat 4 and 5, basically, I think it's still the early 90s. 7 is, I think, still, no, 7 is also stopped operating before 2023. Well, we can have a look and see. Let's have a look and see the Sentinel. Where is 7? 7 is to 2021. 4 and 5. 4 is to 1993. 5 is to 2012. So the only ones that's still operating from the Landsat sensors and satellites is Landsat 8 and Landsat 9. So within here, we obviously select Landsat 8 and 9. Okay, so that's the only data set that we're going to select because of our criteria. Now, if we didn't put the dates in, we left the dates open, then you can actually choose all of them and they will give you all the images of my region of interest from Landsat 5 all the way to Landsat 9. Then you get a nice time series of images. But for now, we're only looking for that specific time frame. So once we've done that, all of them, I'm not going to clear. I'm not going to add additional criteria. You can place on this to add additional criteria. Let's click on that. You can click on that. And there's a whole lot of things that you can add in there, blah, blah. We're not interested in that. What we're interested is, going back to my criteria, we're interested in the results. So I just click on results. And now it's a waiting game. And now all my results will be displayed on your left-hand side. And it will give you a little menu of options here. For example, show the footprint, meaning does it cover your region of interest? Okay, we can browse overlay, compare, show the metadata. There's my download options, importantly enough, add to bulk downward, and exclude scene from the results. Okay, so it gives you an idea. We've already know that, yeah, there's the 1910 one. So let's click on browse overlay. Okay, so footprint, let's click on that. Tells you that's where it lies. So it doesn't cover our region of interest. So take it out, take this one here. That one covers our region of interest. So we know that the footprint covers our region of interest. It's for the 19th of the 10th month. So let's have a look and see. We go browse overlay. Let's see what that means. Okay, so it basically, so if I take that off, so it basically indicates the image itself. It overlays the image. And obviously now you're going to go and download it. Let's have a look before we do that. And remember to unselect it. So you just left click on these things. There's that. Obviously, that's not going to overlay. Let's have a look at this one. Also not overlay. You see, this is the nice one about this particular platform Earth Engine. You don't have to, put the whole image down to see whether it's overlay or not. You can use this footprint. There's another one, which is 17th of the 9th. Let's look and see that one there. Also doesn't overlay. That's not going to overlay. That's not going to overlay. I don't think there's any more. No, it's only these ones. So within my data set, there's only this one, which is for the, which one was it again? This one here. Let's have a look. Yep, that one there, which is that image. Now, this is for the 10th month, October. That explains why in my Sentinel hub, I had to download the 10th month image and not the 9th. And that's where there's a little bit of difference in the vegetation cover between the Sentinel and the Landsat images if you look in my previous video tutorial. Anyway, beside the point. Now I'm ready. Okay, I'm happy. It fits my criteria. It fits my region of interest. It's for my specific time frame. There's very little clouds. That's another thing. There is some clouds, but it seems like it's going to miss my region of interest. See, there's some clouds there, but it misses my region of interest. My region of interest is cloud free. So it's cloud free. It covers my region of interest in totality, and it's for the correct time period. Great. So now I'm happy with it. So I'm going to go download options. Now, remember, to do a lot of these things, you have to be logged in. So if you cannot download them, please remember it's most probably a function of your download. So I'll just click downloading option. Now I wait. And then I basically just go and say, that's 13 files, surface reflectance bands. That's what I'm interested. Add to add all files to bulk, download all files now, select files. Okay. So if we press this, add all files to bulk, then if you open that, there they all sit. Okay. There they all are. And basically you just click on this button here and you'll see it gives you the size, 912 meg. So it's very, very big. Comes back to my previous point. When you draw your region of interest, don't go overboard. Be liberal. Make sure it's big enough to cover your actual region of interest, but don't go too broad because it's very, very big in size and you may run into problems depending on your internet. And you'll see there's band 1, there's band 1, band 2, band 3, band 4. So let's say we're going to go and download. Okay, so now it will basically ask you where to go and download it. Let's keep it in our project folder. And while that is downloading, it's going to take a bit of time. But yeah, this gives you, and then obviously you can close it. Okay, you can close it. And it will now obviously download to your project folder from obviously from where you can basically export it into QGIS. And then it would be interesting to compare the two images, the satellite image, the Landsat image that we derive from Sentinel, from the Sentinel hub, to compare to the Sentinel image that we derive from Earth Explorer, to see whether there's actually any differences. By the way, it's 9. It's Sentinel 9. That's what that means. Okay. So if you're not sure whether Sentinel 8 or 9, that's it. So that require should be exactly the same between this one and the one that we got from Sentinel. So it would be interesting. So maybe that's going to be something that we can do in the next episode, is just compare the two images with one another to see whether there's any major differences or similarities between downloading the image from Earth Explorer or downloading it from Earth Observation, Sentinel Hub Earth Observation. Okay, so let's end this video here, and then I'll wait until this thing is downloaded, and then we'll maybe do a next video on how these two images compare between the two platforms. And obviously, remember, we still have a third platform, which is our trusted Earth Engine. So you can actually download these videos. Download. It's finished. Okay, it's going to take a bit of time now to unzip and to open it in QGIS. So let's leave that for another episode, another video tutorial. But so essentially, in terms of Landsat images, you have the Earth Explorer, you have Earth Engine, and you have the Sentinel Hub. So there's 3 sources that you can download these images for free based on your criteria. And theoretically, they should be exactly the same. There shouldn't be any differences. But we've already seen that there's some differences between the spatial resolution, in fact, between Earth Engine and Sentinel Hub. Now, this is going to be a third one. We're going to have a look at that. Then, obviously, for Sentinel, we can Earth Explorer does not give you Sentinel. So for Sentinel, you have to go to Sentinel Hub, Earth Observation, and Earth Engine. And then for the harmonized and for modus, you can go also to Sentinel. For modus, you can do Earth Engine, but for the harmonized, you cannot do Earth Engine. It's only Sentinel. So in Sentinel covers all four. Okay, so most probably that's going to be your go-to platform for all four. If you just want Landsat, you can go to Earth Explorer. Um, if you are interested in Sentinel, Earth Explorer, you can also use Earth Engine, and then just augment it with the harmonized and the modus from Sentinel. Anyway, quick little video on the use of on the use of Earth Explorer as a source for daytime satellite images for your region of interest. Great stuff. Thank you for joining me on this video. I really appreciate it. Please do like and subscribe. It will mean a lot to me. You know, this journey is long and tedious, but massively excited and interesting. I would encourage you to come on board and to join me all the way to the end. Yeah, journey into the unknown. Thank you, boys and girls. Thanks so much. And I'll see you on the other side.